to continue this conversation about U.S. aid to Israel. On Sunday, the United States announcing it's sending a carrier strike group led by the USS Gerald Ford aircraft carrier to the eastern Mediterranean. For more on that, we're joined by retired Army Brigadier General Mark Kimmitt, who served as Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Middle East policy during the George W. Bush administration. Brigadier General Kimmitt, it's good to have you. We know the Navy is sending this strike group to the eastern Mediterranean. How else, your response to that move, and also how else should we expect Washington to assist Israel in this critical time, especially when simultaneously we've given billions to Ukraine for their war?
Well, I think it's good that they moved the Gerald Ford and other assets into the region. There is a danger that this conflict could spill over outside of Gaza in Israel. The country of Israel, the state of Israel, is surrounded by potential other adversaries from Syria, from Lebanon, and possibly from the West Bank as well. But I would remind the viewers that there is $1.8 billion worth of war reserve stocks already inside of Israel. Some of that has been drawn upon to support the Ukraine war, but it doesn't take congressional approval to release those war reserves to Israel. So while Congress is trying to determine leadership positions inside the House, my guess is that there's more than sufficient stockpiles already in Israel appropriate to this fight that will at least cover the gap until we get leadership in Congress that will be able to support additional funding.
Yeah, they just need to be given the key, right, to use said stockpiles. And of course, as we both mentioned, this is not the only ongoing war. How has the war in Ukraine impacted Israel's ability to fight back against Hamas? Because we know Israel has given north of $20 million in humanitarian aid. They've set up a field hospital for Ukrainians. Did that kind of aid and assistance deplete Israel's war chest in any way ahead of this weekend's incursion?
Well, the first thing I'd say, Congress does not have the key to the war reserve stocks. That's a presidential decision to release them. Congress already appropriated 20 years ago. With regards to Ukraine, yes, it is true that a significant amount of 155 millimeter artillery rounds were taken from Israel with Israel's agreement to support Ukraine. But as you take a look at the type of close combat potentially being fought inside of Gaza, that artillery could well be inappropriate for that use, so its loss probably won't be felt. There still are sufficient number of precision weapons, precision bombs that will be more appropriate to this fight. So I think there is a gap period that is covered by the war reserve stocks. Fundamentally, that's exactly why we do the war reserve stocks in Israel and South Korea and other countries. So I'm pretty confident we'll be able to help out Israel if they decide to go with a ground incursion or with an air campaign against Gaza.
And Brigadier General, as you know, Israel is saying that this attack is on par with September 11th or even Pearl Harbor. And a lot of people also saying the psychology of it is similar as well. What kind of assistance do you expect Israel will ask of the United States beyond what we might typically offer?
Well, I think the most important thing that can be asked for is intelligence support. Our intelligence capabilities are far better than Israel, and Israel has some of the best intelligence in the world. I don't think, but it could well be that we start bringing some of our black operations personnel pre-positioned, because we find out that hostages are dual citizen Americans or Americans that were on holiday there. It becomes a responsibility of the United States to bring those people home. And that can only be done by our highest end black operations forces.
Yeah. Well, the entire 3 days thus far has been terribly tragic. We know it doesn't end here. This could be ongoing for quite some time. Thank you so much, retired Army Brigadier General Mark Kimmitt, for your time this morning, sir.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.